Hello.
Hi,
Hi guys. Can you introduce yourself one by one? Let's start with the ladies.
my name is Samira. I'm 15 years old.
Samira, do you have any hobbies, interests?
Yes, singing and dancing.
Singing and dancing. Okay. Doniyor?
My name is Doniyor. I'm 14 years old.
Okay.
My hobby is to solve me some kind of hard
Quizzes?
math solutions.
Quizzes as well?
Quizzes.
Okay.
So,
All right. People know you already from the videos and Samira too. All right. Today, the reason I invited you here is because we want to discuss some of the topics, some interesting topics. The one is that we want to discuss today is transportation. Public transport versus private transport. And I assigned you guys to choose one, to pick one, and then defend it. So Doniyor chose private transportation, whereas Samira chose public transport, right? Let's start with with explaining what private transport and private transport and public transport is, and then start like arguments one by one. Who wants to start? Okay, Doniyor, you want to go ahead?
so private transports are the maybe cars that people purchase in their of the demanding of their life
Mm-hmm.
because of the some kind of things.
Mhm.
They will have in their lives to be to in the situations like going somewhere or
Mm-hmm.
buying something.
Mhm.
They will sit on the car and go there they want
Mm-hmm.
and they buy it
Okay.
or go somewhere where they want
Okay.
traveling.
Okay.
Kind of,
So that's private transport.
yeah.
Okay. What about public?
Public transport provide transportation options for people who may not have access to private transport, such as those who cannot drive or who cannot afford a car.
Who cannot afford a car. Great. Okay. Now let's start with the advantages. What's the advantage of having a private car?
Advantages of the having car is like you can travel with the car when you want, whenever and wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Can if he put the person and comes like the shopping and do the shopping and can put his items to his trunk and go home.
Mm-hmm.
Besides this, if he goes with the public transport like bus,
Mm-hmm.
maybe space will not be able for him or
Available for him.
will be for him or will not be and wait for it for the half an hour for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
There are several advantages to using public transport: economy, ecological safety. Their tickets are cheaper than those used for private transport.
Mm-hmm. How much is a bus ticket right now in Tashkent City?
200 some.
200? Maybe 2,000?
2000.
2,000 sims. Okay. I was like, are we in 2000s? Okay. So it's 2024 and bus tickets are about 2,000 sims, right? Okay. What about private cars? How much fuel do they use? Like, did you have any calculations?
So
How much they spend a month for fuel?
I think they will spend
Over 1 million.
Over 1 million. That's for sure. Even if they buy the cheapest fuel, they still spend at least.
A18.
Yes.
A18. If the person will be to put his like oil like A18, it will be
80.
80.
AI 80.
It will be cheaper,
Mm-hmm.
but if he purchases a
Supreme fuel.
Supreme food,
It
will be very expensive.
Yes. I, for example, personally spend over $200 to buy mediocre, not the expensive, but not the cheap, the medium one. I only spend $200 a month for fuel. So that's a lot of money. But how much do you spend for public transport? a month?
100 soons.
1,000. 100,000 soons. So compared to that, it's like 10 times, 20 times greater, right? Okay. What about the disadvantages, Samira?
Also, private transportation is convenient, but it also has its disadvantages. Firstly, they can be quite expensive.
Of course.
Secondly, the impact on the environment. They release air
Yes.
pollutants and causing air quality deterioration and
Mm-hmm.
climate change.
Climate change. Give me one live example from Tashkent. What's happening in Tashkent?
Disturbing ecological
Uh-huh. Air.
air
Yes. Air pollution right now. Yes. People are hardly breathing, right? So there's so many viruses, parasites, bacteria in the air, correct?
toxic gas emissions.
Toxic, yes. Thank you so much. So that is the disadvantage of private transport. What about public transport? Disadvantages of public transport.
The first disadvantage of the public transport is waiting too long for the public transportations and the space inside it, or like crowding in
It's
inside.
crowded.
It will be a queue inside.
Mm-hmm.
The second disadvantage is they are too slow.
Too slow.
Too slow.
Yes.
When you go somewhere, it's too slow. You will be late for somewhere to come.
Yes.
And if the public transport increase in our Republic of Uzbekistan, will be good.
It won't be good
It won't be good
for regular people, for ordinary people. Correct? How do you defend this? What do you say to Doniyor's ideas? You can talk to each other now.
Private transports may not be accessible to everyone. Some individuals may not be able to drive due to physical or medical conditions, age, or lack of driver's license. This can limit their mobility and independence.
Yes.
Yes, that's true. But it's also convenient for the people who are less given for something. It's very convenient for traveling in the private car than public transport.
Okay. Samira, what else? That's all you wanted to say. Doniyor, any other things that you wanted to mention?
The both sides should
Equalize?
equalize. The both sides should be equalized in this
Equal
case.
in this case. Why?
Because if private transport increase, will be very traffic jams. But in the sides, if public transports will increase, it will be not good because it doesn't cover itself. It doesn't cover itself from the money.
What is he talking about, Samuel? If the public transport is going to increase, like let's say number of buses, number of subways, he says it's not going to be good. What do you say? Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
You agree? I disagree.
Why?
If the number of public transport like increase, this is more convenient for people. Instead of having one bus on one lane, what if you have 3 or 4 buses in one lane? You don't have to wait for a long time for your bus to come. It just passes every 5 minutes. Isn't it good?
Yeah, it's good, but it doesn't cover itself.
What do you mean it doesn't cover by itself? It's government funded.
It's government funded, yeah, but
government pays for that bus
but
to go.
If you take the
to drive.
Sunday, people's are will be less, and it's you say
Well,
one,
most
but it's
cities are in, I mean, they don't make any money out of public transport. It's not to make money. Public transport is for people. It should serve people. That it's not for financial purposes. It should serve people. Do you understand?
Yes.
So I think I disagree with both of you. You should defend this, Samira. You're actually defending Doniyor, not your idea. So public transport, the more it is, the better it is. That's my opinion. How do you conclude this, Samira? The whole
Public
thing. Like, no, general. What is your last word?
Public transport is better than private transport. That's my opinion.
That's your opinion. So it's still better than private transport, which Doniyor, I think, will not agree.
I don't agree with
You
this.
don't agree with it. Okay, now I have a question for Samira. So you have enough money. Let's imagine you have enough money to buy a car. Will you buy a car?
Of course.
But you're saying it's harmful. Correct?
I didn't say
Yeah.
harmful.
Huh?
I didn't say.
No, I mean, you said air pollution is because of the private transport, right? So you're going to be polluting the air. Why do you buy a car? Why don't you keep using the bus?
There has electronic cars.
Electric cars. Not electronic, electric cars.
Electric.
So you will buy electric car. That's a
They
better.
are- but
That's
they
a
are-
solution.
But they are still dangerous for the nature because for getting the electricity from the some kind of gas station, but will be
It's-
electricity is
No, I got you. Manufacturing. So
electricity.
batteries, when they're recycled, they're also hazardous and they also pollute the environment. Still bad, but better than the gasoline. Still better than the gasoline. But I agree with Samira here. So electric cars are future, and we have to try to alternate. We have to change our gasoline-powered vehicles to electric vehicles if possible.
But electric transports are more dangerous for our health. I think.
How? Why?
Because if you put the smartphone,
Mm.
yeah, it will be the battery. It will be hurt
It will hurt.
our health. Yeah.
You're talking about radioactivity? Is that what you're saying?
Radioactive.
So, did you check the internet if the electric cars have radioactivity?
Yeah.
Are you sure? I will have to Google it. I have never heard of it, but I'll have to check it. Did you see anything about radioactivity about the electric vehicles? I didn't, but okay, if you say so, well, we believe you. All right. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your visit, and I hope you will see again. Okay.